In this reading, we dive deep into something that keeps many of us up at night: the mysterious ways the universe works to awaken the twin flame runner. And trust me, it's far more intricate and divinely orchestrated than most people realize. You know that feeling when your twin flame runs away and your heart feels like it's being torn apart? Well, here's something that might surprise you. What seems like a cosmic mistake or cruel twist of fate is actually part of a perfectly orchestrated divine plan. I've seen this pattern repeat itself countless times in my practice, and the universe's wisdom never ceases to amaze me. Let's bust a myth right away. Runners don't actually mess up by running. I know this might sound counterintuitive, especially if you're in the midst of that heart-wrenching separation phase. But what if I told you that running is often the catalyst that sets both twins on their true path of spiritual growth and self-discovery? Think about it. When was the last time you truly transformed without being pushed out of your comfort zone? That's exactly what the universe is doing here. It's creating the perfect conditions for both twins to evolve, heal, and eventually come into their highest expression of divine love. In my practice, I've witnessed how this seemingly painful process actually serves as a powerful awakening mechanism. Today, I'm going to share with you the deeper spiritual mechanics behind this divine orchestration and how the universe works its magic to bring awareness to those who run from their twin flame connection. You know that moment when you're standing at the edge of a cliff, heart pounding, knowing you have to jump, but every cell in your body is screaming, "No?" That's exactly what the twin flame runner experiences during their dark night of the soul. Except this cliff isn't physical, it's spiritual, and the depths they're facing are within themselves. Running isn't a mistake. It's actually a perfectly orchestrated divine intervention. The runner's soul knows exactly what it's doing, even when their conscious mind is in complete rebellion. When runners flee from their twin flame connection, they're actually being guided into a sacred cocoon of transformation. Just as a caterpillar must completely dissolve before becoming a butterfly, the runner must experience a total dissolution of their old self. This process is so intense that it often manifests as what feels like unbearable emotional and psychological pressure. Guilt, fear, confusion, and an overwhelming sense of loss that can't be rationalized away. Here's the part that often gets overlooked. This journey isn't about punishment or penance. It's about love in its purest, most transformative form. The universe uses the act of running not to condemn, but to create the exact conditions needed for the soul to remember its true nature. It's like a master sculptor who knows exactly where to chisel away the excess stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Sometimes we need to lose our way completely to find our true path. The dark night of the soul isn't just darkness. It's the kind of darkness that precedes the most brilliant dawn. When a runner flees, they're actually encountering what I call the infinity mirror phenomenon, where each attempt to escape creates another reflection, another opportunity to face themselves. It's like trying to outrun your shadow. The faster you run, the more persistently it follows. This is where the divine genius of the twin flame connection reveals itself. The universe doesn't create this dynamic to torture us. It's actually an elaborate spiritual technology designed for rapid soul evolution. Think of it like a spiritual MRI that reveals every single layer of our being that needs healing. The runner runs because the clarity of this reflection can be overwhelming. It's like suddenly turning on all the lights in a room that's been dark for years. The immediate illumination can be shocking, even painful. But here's the beautiful paradox. In running from their twin, the runner is actually running straight into themselves. Every relationship they enter becomes a pale comparison. Every achievement feels hollow. Every attempt to fill the void only serves to highlight what's missing. The universe creates this divine setup because sometimes we need to get lost in order to find ourselves. Just as a labyrinth seems chaotic, but actually leads to the center, the runner's journey, though appearing chaotic and destructive, is actually a perfectly orchestrated path to self-discovery. The mirror effect operates on multiple dimensions simultaneously. On the physical plane, runners often find their twins' habits or traits appearing in their own lives. On the emotional plane, they discover that the feelings they're trying to suppress in relation to their twin surface in other relationships. And on the spiritual plane, they begin to understand that the qualities they most admire or fear in their twin are actually reflections of their own divine potential. This is why authentic twin flame connections can never truly be escaped. They're not just external relationships. They're internal revelations waiting to be acknowledged. The runner isn't just running from love. They're running from their own divinity, their own capacity for unconditional love, their own ability to be fully seen and accepted. And perhaps most profoundly, this mirror effect serves as the ultimate catalyst for spiritual awakening. Because in the end, the runner must face the most challenging truth of all. There is nowhere to run when what you're running from is yourself. Have you ever noticed how the universe speaks in whispers that feel like shouts to your soul? When it comes to twin flame runners, these cosmic messages become an intricate dance of divine timing and synchronicity that's impossible to ignore, though many try. Think of it as the universe's version of love letters, written in the language of meaningful coincidences and perfectly timed encounters that defy logical explanation. The universe has an almost playful way of communicating with runners through so-called divine breadcrumbs. Imagine you're watching an expert weaver at work, creating an intricate tapestry where every thread serves a purpose, every color holds meaning. That's how the universe orchestrates these synchronicities, with precise intention and perfect timing. A runner might be going about their daily life, convinced they've successfully buried their twin flame connection deep within their psyche, when suddenly they're bombarded with signs so specific and personal that it takes their breath away. It might start with something as simple as repeatedly seeing their twin's name everywhere, or hearing their song playing in the most unexpected places. It's as if the universe is saying, "Oh, you think you can forget? Watch this." The fascinating thing about these divine nudges is how they operate on multiple levels simultaneously. It's like being in a cosmic escape room where every coincidence is actually a carefully placed clue leading to the ultimate truth. I remember a male who described his experience as being cosmically stalked by meaning. He would see repeating numbers whenever he thought about his twin, receive random text messages from mutual friends, exactly when he was trying to convince himself the connection wasn't real, and even encounter physical objects that held deep significance to their shared history in the most unlikely places. But here's where it gets really interesting. These synchronicities aren't just random cosmic poetry. They're actually carefully calibrated, energetic adjustments designed to align both twins' frequencies, even in separation. Think of it like a divine tuning fork, continuously emitting the perfect frequency to bring both twins into harmony, whether they're consciously aware of it or not. The universe doesn't force awareness. It creates conditions where awareness becomes inevitable. This process often intensifies during significant astrological transits or portal dates, which act like cosmic amplifiers for these divine messages. It's as if the universe is turning up the volume on its cosmic radio station, making it increasingly difficult for the runner to maintain their carefully constructed walls of denial. They might find themselves dreaming of their twin during a full moon, feeling inexplicably emotional during certain planetary alignments, or experiencing sudden revelations during solar eclipses. Each synchronicity serves as a thread in the greater tapestry of their awakening, weaving together until the pattern becomes undeniable. The beauty of this divine orchestration lies in its perfect timing, not a moment too soon or too late. Just as a master conductor knows exactly when each instrument should join the symphony, the universe knows precisely when and how to deliver these cosmic wake-up calls. And here's the thing that often surprises runners once they finally awaken. Looking back, they realize that even their running was part of the divine plan, creating the exact conditions needed for both twins to grow into their highest expressions of self. In the end, these divine synchronicities serve as love notes from the universe, gentle and sometimes not so gentle reminders that some connections transcend our human attempts to deny them. They are the cosmic breadcrumbs leading both twins home, not just to each other, but to their own divine truth. You know that moment when you take a sip of instant coffee after experiencing the richest, most aromatic espresso. That's exactly what happens when twin flame runners try to find fulfillment in other relationships after running from their divine connection. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, uses this stark contrast as one of its most powerful awakening tools. When runners attempt to fill the twin flame-shaped void in their hearts with other connections, they inadvertently step into so-called the cosmic comparison trap. Imagine trying to illuminate a vast cathedral with a flashlight after experiencing the radiance of pure sunlight. That's what every subsequent relationship feels like to a runner. The universe orchestrates this experience, not to punish, but to educate through direct experience. This phenomenon goes far deeper than mere romantic disappointment. What's actually happening is a profound, energetic recalibration. Once you've experienced the pure, unfiltered frequency of your twin flame connection, your soul becomes like a finely tuned instrument that can detect even the slightest dissonance. It's like living in a world suddenly drained of color. You would find himself in perfectly good relationships with wonderful people, yet something essential was missing, that ineffable quality of soul recognition that only exists with a twin flame. The beauty of this contrast lies in its transformative power. Each relationship that falls short of the twin flame connection serves as a stepping stone toward greater awareness. It's like the universe is creating a spiritual before and after photo album, showing the runner exactly what they're missing by choosing the safer, more conventional path. And this isn't just about romantic relationships. The contrast effect ripples through every aspect of the runner's life. Their career choices, friendships, even their relationship with themselves begins to feel somehow incomplete or inauthentic. What we're really witnessing here is the soul's natural gravitation towards its highest truth. Just as a compass needle will always point north despite temporary disturbances, the runner's soul will always recognize and yearn for its divine counterpart. The universe uses this natural law to create so-called enlightenment through absence, a profound understanding that can only come through experiencing what isn't their truth. Every relationship that doesn't quite fit, every connection that leaves them feeling somewhat empty, serves as a divine breadcrumb leading them back to their authentic path. And here's the part that often gets overlooked. This process isn't just about romantic fulfillment. It's about spiritual awakening in its purest form. The contrast experience forces runners to confront fundamental questions about love, authenticity, and divine purpose. It's like being given a spiritual treasure map where X marks not just the spot of their twin flame, but their own highest potential. The universe isn't just showing them what they're missing, it's showing them who they truly are. Think of it as a divine detour that actually leads to the fastest route home. Sometimes we need to experience what isn't our truth to fully recognize and embrace what is. The contrast serves as both teacher and guide, slowly but surely leading the runner back to the one connection that resonates with their soul's true frequency. Well, the twin flame journey, with all its complexities of running and awakening, ultimately leads to a profound truth. There are no mistakes in divine timing, only perfectly orchestrated lessons for soul growth. When we look at the bigger picture, we understand that the runner's awakening isn't about messing up or being punished. Rather, it's about a sacred process of transformation that serves both twins' highest good. The universe doesn't force or manipulate. It gently guides through divine synchronicities, mirror reflections, and soul lessons that cannot be rushed or controlled. Remember, dear ones, that this journey isn't about waiting for someone to wake up. It's about awakening to your own divine truth and purpose. When both twins focus on their individual healing and spiritual growth, they naturally align with the frequency of unconditional love. The runner's awakening happens organically through this process, as they too learn to embrace their authentic selves and the profound connection they share with their twin. Trust that the universe knows exactly what it's doing, Your twin flame connection is part of a greater divine plan that extends beyond romantic union. It's about bringing more light and love into the world. When runners finally stop fighting the connection, they often discover that they haven't messed up at all. They've been on a necessary journey of self-discovery that perfectly prepared them for the next phase of their soul's evolution. So instead of focusing on making your runner wake up, focus on being the light that you are. Live your purpose, heal your wounds, and trust that divine timing is always perfect. When both twins are truly ready, having done their inner work and reached a place of self-love and spiritual maturity, reunion happens naturally, as an organic flowering of two souls who have found their way home to themselves and each other.